Greetings guys and girls. Well, with the amazing announcement of Fallout 4 coming out, which I am oh so happy about. Come on guys, let's hear it for Fallout 4, thank gods, eh? Thank the gods it's coming out. We're so happy, all of us are. Anyway, yeah, so, Project Fallout. With the announcement of Fallout 4 coming out, it gave me a bit of intention, and the fact the UK weather at the moment is just like, whoa, so good. It's like, really nice, it's dead hot. You know, it's, that is a bit wrong, it's not 30 odd degrees, it's not far off, it's because the sun's hitting it I think. But yeah, it's pretty insane at the moment. Anyway, it's a bit of a heat wave, hopefully it's going to come for a bit longer than this. This is the first day of it. Hopefully it's going to be the first day of more. Right. I got good news that the engine still runs and everything. It's not been run for a while and it still fires up and starts, which is great. Still not done the exhaust pipe yet. I've got to go underneath and drill 2 holes out on the downpipe because I'm going to put bigger bolts in it, stainless steel ones. And naturally they're not a big enough hole. They're an M8 bolt hole and they should be an M10. For the bolts I'm putting in because they've got locking nuts on, hopefully to stop it from falling apart. We don't want that to happen. Other news, I have given myself an airbox, which is quite nice. It's a small one, it's only from off a Cinquecento 899cc engine, but it's an airbox all the same. It's good enough for now. It needs a new air filter, but there's one in there. It's the original one to the car, well not the original, but it's the one that was on the car I got from the scrapyard. So yeah, I've got all thingy, you can see that's just plumbed into here, and I've got a pipe I've got to block off because that's a breather to something else, which this doesn't have. So I've got to block that off. Whatever, anyway. Yes, the intention with this idea is it's going to have some form of filter here. I'm not sure what kind. I want a paper filter, a cone paper filter, where air goes in one side, a bit like a fuel filter, you know, air will go in one side and clean air will come out the other. And I want it to come up with a funnel, cut a hole in the side here somewhere, and have a funnel going up and a snorkel on the top. Not that I'm going to use it for off-roading, just because it's going to look good. And also as well, having a bit of a ram air system is going to be quite nice, because I want a big cone on it, so it's, you know, it really forces the air into the engine. Could be a bit like ram air, if you've ever heard of it. Some motorbikes have that. I'm not sure if it's a trademark. Is it Yamaha that has that, I think? Ram air? I can't remember now. Ram air or Aprilia, I don't know. But anyway, it's a bit like having a turbocharger, but it's not really a turbo. You're just relying on air pressure through it going fast. But enough rambling on. Let me tell you what else I'm going to be doing. Some point in time I'm going to be looking for some steel, thin stuff, circular shaped. You know, like bar, about the thickness of my finger, probably a little bit thinner. Yeah, a little bit thinner than my finger, actually. About this thick. You know, bonnet prop size. And what I'm going to be doing with that is I'm going to be building up, I've probably already told you this guys and girls, I'm going to be building up a new grill. And as you see, this grill here has got the lovely chrome, which has gone a bit crappy now, because it is about 25-year-old, this car. You can see how it's got the lovely chrome Fiat emblem on the front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have lovely like steel like this, but I'm going to leave it out for a while to go rusty. And it's going to have stainless steel bolts welded on the front, long ones, like that. So that always remains shiny, but it has the rusty thing on the background. What do you think about that, huh? Bit of ingenuity there. I may even have a go at making a Fiat logo, you know, a Fiat badge up out of stainless steel bits. If only I could weld stainless steel. I haven't got any stainless steel welding wire though. I think our welder could do it because we've got a MIG welder, but we need the stainless steel wire. I could do a nice Fiat, F-A-I-T, just in, you know, seam welded on top of a plate or something and just welded into place. Just a bit of a joke, really. Not really anything necessary about it. Or I could just leave it debadged. You know, what the hell, just leave the emblem on. But the emblem's going to serve two purposes as well. It's going to serve to hold all the things together. So I've only got to build a dead simple frame up. You know, it's just straight down there, a straight down there. The bars going across, doesn't matter if they're bent or right. Obviously, it adds to the effect. And it's going to have obviously these going downwards in an angle like this, which could also add to strength in the middle. Because a lot of these things have got a habit where they sag down. And it's because it all bends and warps with time. And bonnet's being slammed down. Because let's face it, you spend more time under the bonnet on a Fiat than you do driving the bloody thing. Now that's actually a lie. Fiat's a really good make. It's just in the UK they don't get a very good name for some reason. Yeah, pretty much everything's a Fiat. Every car you see is pretty much a Fiat. Because they're all pretty much owned by Fiat nowadays. General Motors and all that, they're all Fiat owned. Well, they have a lot of... Fiat has a considerable amount of shares in General Motors, but yeah, they're part owned by them. But you gotta know, it's gotta laugh because although Fiat have a lot of shares in General Motors, none of their parts, Fiat parts, are General Motors parts. They're all genuine Fiat, which is quite funny. That's why you see a lot of the Fiats, sorry, a lot of the General Motors cars, like what is it, Vauxhalls and whatnot, Vauxhall or Opals as they call it in the continent. They use Fiat engines, you know, they use all the Fiat diesel engines, the 1.3 multi-jet, beautiful engine. Anyway, I'm drifting off here, sorry guys. I'll show you some other cool bits I've got as well. Now, whereabouts are they? Oh yeah, you can see that just there. Well, this is from a friend who sadly crashed his Panda front end collision. The brakes on these things are not very good. And he's buckled all the front up. And I said, oh, I could use that for Project Fallout. It's a shame because the paint's in really good nick on the thing. It's not even cracked any of the paint. The bottom's a bit naff because it's just got typical Fiat rust on it. Looks like it was from off a silver car. But yeah. So I've got that nice bonnet which I could do something with, you know. I've got this one which hasn't got any dents on it yet. I did have to cut the bit out of it though, which I realised I don't have to do because the original airbox wouldn't fit on this. So yeah, I could weld that back in, I guess, just for some structure. While I'm at it, I've still got the bit of metal somewhere. Yeah, it was down here, but it's probably chucked on the pile somewhere. I've got to bolt through that bloody thingy there, that air scoop thing. The bottom panel, I've got to bolt that through at some point, so I've got to drill, stick it on and mark up where the holes are and drill through it. But I think I'll have to, what do you call it? I think I'll have to put a panel on the bottom or something to give it some structural integrity, because it's going to shake around a bit. Sackcloth seats, I think you've already seen that. I've got some more sackcloth seats now, which are just going to go on the bottom and zip tied in place or whatever. Nice and simple. Nothing really changed with the interior. Don't know if I showed you, but the dashboard's slowly coming together. I've got the rest of it in the house, which needs a bit of sorting out. I've done the bolt-on wiper spline conversion on this car, finally. Took me forever to do it, but underneath there is a bolt. So that means that's never going to fail on me again. Now sadly, because I had to take this bonnet off, because it's slid right the way back, as you can see, the bloody bonnet hits the wiper arm there, which is a bit of a troll, but I've only got to undo it and slide the bonnet forwards a bit more. Simple stuff. Anyway, let's show you the other bits I've got. I'll turn my music off. There we go. And as you can see here, the person who had the little bit of a mishap with the front end of the car also had some ball bars on the front too, which they're not very strong. I must admit they could do some beefing up, but they're ball bars all the same, and they always look good on a car, weak or not. Had a lot of rust, which is probably why they failed so much. But these pushed into the bonnet, and obviously they can see where it hit the bonnet, look, and it obviously caused it to crease the bonnet up, which is a shame, but the guy happily donated them to the project, so That's quite good. I'm just in the process of beating them into shape. You know, you can see how bad this side was. It was all smashed up and bent and warped, and they should be straight, I think, or that should have a little bit of a curve in it. And then this side should, you know, be straight, I believe. I'm not sure. Looking at how this side's going together, I'm going on what shape this bit of metal is here. Well, like I say, that's yeah, it's had a lot of kinking and bending. I may end up angle grinding this off and angle grind it to about here, say, and then just building it back up with some box section, welding it into place up here after stripping all the paint off it. You know, bolting these bits to the car, just these legs, so to speak, to the bottom of the car. If I can zoom in, I can show you whereabouts it goes. Oh yeah, so one bolt's just there, and the other bolt's just on that thing there. So you can see how it bolts to it, and then it comes up and it goes around the lights, you know, and comes up each side. So while it's there, while I've got the two sawn off bits on the car, I have to clean it up with the angle grinder or something, I don't know. I'll have a go and see how I could weld this onto it if I get my brother to hold them or something, or zip tie them on. I love zip ties, good stuff. Ratchet straps or something, that'll do. You can see they're just seam welded, look, and it's sort of like Morse code seam welding, where it's just a dash, and a dash. You know, it's not a full seam all the way down. It's just a bit here and a bit there. I wonder if they've been hit before, because they've got a lot of. Well, that could be just, you know, it is. It's just damage where it got hit in the crash. But yeah, that's simple stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's had some repair work done to it. I did have a look to see if that was filler. I'm not sure if it is. It looks like metal, but it looks like it's brazed. I'm not fussed, you know, like I say. I would like to actually, before it goes on the car, actually bend these into some funny shapes where it looks like I've ran people off the road, you know, and then put them on the car. So as they're on the car, they're sort of like an angle, you know, where it looks like I've hit stuff, and, you know, what's that called, where the bloody police cars in America, where they nudge them off the road by hitting the corner and they spin out. Is it called T-Pack, is it? T-Pock? Can't remember. That's what the UK name for it is. It's a very awesome manoeuvre that we don't really do in the UK. We just chase them until they run out of bloody fuel, or they crash themselves. In America, they actually just bloody run them off the road, you know. Good stuff. I'm not sure how many viewers I've got in America. I'd like to know, actually. I suppose I can find out in my YouTube thingy, in my YouTube comments. Sorry, my YouTube video stats. I'm pretty sure most of my viewers are actually from the UK. But anyway, pass this on to your friends if you know anybody, or any Facebook groups or whatnot. You know, you're welcome to share it to the groups. If you know any of them that like a bit of Mad Maxy looking cars, you know, just send them right on over. I don't mind. It's all good fun. That's all I'm doing it for, a bit of fun, and I am actually going to have it as my daily driver. You know, I'm going to take my grey Panda, my green Panda off the road, my green Fiat Panda off the road, and I'm going to be sticking this one on the road, and this will be my daily driver car. We'll see who messes with me then. You know, 1.2 engine, so I can keep up with most things. It's a very light car. It's only about 800 kilograms. It doesn't weigh much at all. Probably even less with all the soundproofing stuff taken out of it, like it is done. Like it is. So the power to weight's pretty good. It's about an 85 horsepower engine, so it doesn't sound much, but it's good enough. I want it more for fuel economy than to thingy though, and obviously for when I'm travelling to car shows, it'll probably be down in London area. You know, it's not going to cost me too much to drive it around, even with all this metal bolted to it. I've still got to do the roof rack. I'm still in the process of doing measurements and things, and I welded this bit to the bottom of the thing, and thought, you know, I put it onto the car and thought, yeah, 'cause, don't know if I've told you, but I wouldn't mind having the roof rack, so when it's on the car, I've got a bit of a thing where it's got two sockets that I can plug into and have bars coming out, you know, for when I'm parked up. bars coming out, I've probably put the mounting point on here. This is obviously going to get bits welded to it. So it's going to have a bit here welded to that. It's going to come up and then go up the windscreen and then to the roof rack, which will go up, run across the roof and then bolted to a bolt on the back just there. That's the plan. And obviously it's going to have the same both sides and bars going across. But like I say, I would like it so that I can have an optional bolt going in, you know, thing going in with like a pin system, so I can have a frame coming out with just some plyboard or just some wire mesh in it, and obviously this bit here I've got to strengthen it somehow, so that's going to have another one coming off it upwards to about here, say, where it can, you know, and I could maybe put a sleeper tent on the top, you know, like a tent or something for thingy. And I would like to get the four-wheel drive system working on this, but it's still dripping Waxyol. I'd like to get the four-wheel drive system working on it, but I need to get a reconditioned prop shaft from somewhere. I am going to another place and getting some more Panda parts from another guy, and I know he's got a 4x4 that needs moving, so yeah, I bolted the electronics to the side of the thing just to keep it nice and neat. But yes, job is a good one, so to speak, for now, and this is about it. So that's a general update on various things, and yeah, I have just Waxyoled this as well, hence the Waxyol dripping out the sills. All this side's been done, all the cavities on this side have been done, including all the hard to reach places. Even the door, I did the door as well, you know, even though it's already got this rusted wreck of metal that's already all over it. I still did the door and around the wheel arch as well, because I don't want it to go rusty internally. Outside I'm not too fussed, but like things like that there, that's fine, I don't mind that going rusty. MOT guy might not like it, but I don't mind. That hay fever. Just recovered from a cold, but the hay fever's kicking up now. Typical. As soon as the weather gets warm. Anyway, guys and girls, that's me waffling on for about 17 minutes now, so I'm going to cut it here and say thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Yeah, peace out.